what's the deal? God's moved me to make this message here, this video. I feel like we got it all together. I've been making a bunch of videos about the Bible. What is the Bible? Who is Jesus? Who is God? How to get closer to God? What is religion? What does it all mean? And it took some figuring. It took some figuring, but I feel like we're here. Now, people saying, what is a disciple? Are you a disciple or not? Are you just a Christian? Are you a true disciple? Are you a fake disciple? Are you an apostle? I'm an apostle. Ain't no more apostles. People going to church every Sunday, preaching messages. Romans 13, turn to Galatians. To be good to your neighbor. This is where the Good Samaritan. And next week, go to Revelations. We have to stay true to the coming of the kingdom. Next week, how to get through tough times when your faith is low. Just believe, just have faith that if you stay on the right side, it will work out for you. Come to church next week and some other stuff. What is church and the Bible all about? Who is Jesus? What is Christ? What is God? Who is God? What is Christianity? And the Bible is a book. Back before Jesus came, it was a people that looked to the invisible God, that worship God. And it's good. Who is God? He's a goodness. And Jesus said he's a spirit. He's a spirit of goodness. And he said, good teacher. Jesus said, you calling me God when you call me good, only is one good, it's God in heaven. So if you see me being good, that's because God is on me and doing it. Now, these people, they respected the good spirit and God like that before Jesus came. Some people fell off. So it's basically be pure, be pure, be pure. That was the Christian message. That was people who followed Abraham and the Jews. Be pure, be pure. Don't, say sorry and say sorry and don't overcharge. Don't be treating people like they're not your family. Not the whole community, just the Jews, just them, just the Israelites, just Abraham's descendants. I watched a movie on Luke, and in the movie Jesus was saying, surely this guy is a descendant of Abraham. Surely he's a descendant of Abraham. Like, if he wasn't going to show you love. You know what I'm saying? He was like, surely he's in the gang. He's cool. Yeah, this and that. So he was always talking about his family, people in the family. He said he came for the lost Jews, for the Jewish people. This lady that wasn't a Jew begged for his help. He ignored her the first time. The second time, he said, I didn't come here for you. I came here for my people only. And she kept begging. And he said, all right, fuck it. Then I'll help you. And then he helped her. I was asking the Lord, I said I was a disciple because I was being led by the Spirit to Jesus. And maybe I was one that fell away. But like the 70 he sent out in Paris, and they ended up falling away. They did it. They cast out demons in his name, but they didn't stay down to the end, I imagine. Okay, so here's the thing about it. I was asking the Lord, what is the whole message? Am I doing right? What can I do? And it came to me. Tupac. Look at Jesus like he was Tupac. And look at religion and Jesus going to the synagogues and hanging around these religious people. Look at them like people who listen to rap music. It's people who listen to rock and country, and when Tupac was rapping, they didn't hear what he was saying. They didn't hear one song until he started making a bunch of noise, and people was like, "Who is that making a bunch of noise in the rap world? They on Jay Leno now. They on some like people up higher paying attention to this rapper." So that's what Jesus did when he started healing. He got something that works, you know what I'm saying? This poor kid got something that works. People want to see what it is, you know, he's drawing a bunch of crowds. Tupac had a bunch of people around him, and Jesus had a bunch of people around him. Tupac's message was keep it real, it'll get you through, you know. Keeping it real will get you the hoes, you know. Keeping it real will get you this, whatever. It brought me this much fame because I keep it the realest. Jesus' message was I keep it the purest. Keep it the purest, you know, it'll heal. You can heal people, and, you know, love your brother, you know. For us, this is for us. Tupac wasn't talking to country people. He was talking to rap people that listen to rap. You know, even if you wasn't black, he was like, yo, you respect the movement, that's cool, but you not black. That's what Jesus did, I'm sure. You know, I'm sure. I'm urged to imagine that. And after his popularity grew, he started to attract people that don't never listen to rap, and was like, oh man, I seen your show the other day, man. I heard you stirring up a fuss. I had to come check you out. You really the shit. Can I have an autograph? And Tupac, I cut this dude is man, I really to your strip. Can I have an autograph? And then, hey, Mr. Tupac, you know, this and that. I traveled from a long way across the country to come see your show because I heard you kicking up a fuss and you really know how to jam. And then Tupac said, man, come on, man, I ain't here for you like that. I came here to rap for the people who support rap. You got on cowboy boots and cowboy hat, like, man, you ain't even in the community. And then he turned. And then the dude's like, oh, man, I understand this and that, but I admire your struggle and where you came from. I read a story on you, and you really turned me on to rap. You the first rapper I listened to. And then he go, all right, man, here, man, come here. And then he signed an autograph and then sent the man on his way happy. That's what Jesus did with the lady who wasn't a Jew. You know, he put her down and was like, you ain't one of us. And then he was like, all right, I'll help you since you think I'm real like that. There's people in my own community that's Jewish that don't look at me highly as you do. He says, so I'll help you. It's just like people in the community, in the rap community was like, he's all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever, you know. But he really brought the keep it real message home to the crossover point. You know, and that was a good way of doing it. So the people around Tupac was like Jesus' disciples around him. When Jesus told people to go out and make the new disciples, that's like Tupac telling Snoop Dogg, hey, go out and find some people to bring in the death row. You know what I'm saying? And that really helped me with this because this was 2,000 years ago Jesus walked the earth. You can't read a book about Tupac and the people he hung out with and his whole rap journey, put the book down and say, I want to be on death row. God really helped me with that one. You know, he was like, I feel like I'm a death row rap artist. I read the whole book. I read it 5 times. You know, this book on Tupac's life, and I really can relate. And even if I can't, it's something that I really want. So I'm gonna say it because I feel it in my heart. I feel like I want to be down with them. And if Tupac came around today, I feel like I would want to be like, "Hey, what's up, Pac? I want to rock roll with you like them." No, that ain't gonna happen. The most you can do if Tupac came back today was be a cat that he likes, and seeing you in the community doing something, he'd be like, "Man, I really respect that cat," even if you was rapping or not. And all that means is doing what he likes, doing what he said he would do. If he could heal the world, he would be helping the community, helping the youth. You know what I'm saying? Helping the black people with reparations. He would be, on some Martin Luther King shit. Honoring people like that. And if you was doing that now, if you was, on some after school program, then you went into the community where it was poor people and helping, and then say you could rap, you did a rap song and it was halfway decent, if Pac came back, he would like you. He would like who you are if you was a black person. He would be like, yes, you doing what I want, what I would be doing. And that's how you supposed to do it. I like that. And even if I'm over here rapping, you still doing what I'm rapping about. Good. Not the cat. The cat that Jesus is going to say, get away from me. I never knew you. Those are the cats that are going to be thugging and with jewelry on and not helping the community and fucking all these girls and being like, I want to be like Pac was with the bitches, He wasn't after the bitches like that. He was keeping it real. And then bitches came. Jesus was keeping it pure. And then the girls came. The crowds came. The fake people, they gonna do what the real people do to get what the real people get without being real. And so if Pac came back today, you would have a bunch of people come up to him and be like, hey, what's up, Pac? Yo, what's up? Maybe somebody who wasn't nothing in the rap that is now, they'd be like, look at me, I came up, I got my car and shit. I remember you was on top. Yeah, and then he would be like, yeah, all right, what's up? You help the community? And he'd be like, no, I've been on cruises fucking these girls, and I got a bunch of baby mamas and kids I don't fuck with. But I love your music, and, I always jam that shit, you know what I'm saying? And I love, nice to meet you. Pac would be like, he wouldn't even be like, yo, that's what's up. One love, yeah, we can go eat some dinner. He would be like, get out of my face. Peace, man. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, you ain't like me. You feel me? That's what Jesus is going to do with his pure message. The best you can do. So what I'm saying is you can't read the Bible 20,000 times and put it down and be like, I'm a disciple. I feel like I am. If Jesus came back, I would roll up to him and be like, hey, what's up, Jesus? I want to roll with you. I feel like, and be like down like Mark and Matthew was and this shit. And it's Peter and shit. No. It's books in the Bible that it's things that happened that Jesus did with his crew that aren't written, that aren't released. They may have been written, but they're not found. They're not made public or published. Just like with Tupac. It's things Tupac did with people in his crew that nigga wasn't yet never videotaped, wasn't never recorded. And it was some that ain't never been released or lost and never found. And then now you got the Bible. This is what made it to the end. And now you got all of the videos about Tupac and the documentaries. This is what made it to the end. Made it to publishing and print and shit like that. So So, but what was his message? And what was the generality? So you can't be a disciple. You're not an apostle. You're not a disciple. Uh, the only way you could actually be a true disciple, a real disciple, is, that's like Pac was saying. Pac could have been on death row and be like, y'all niggas ain't really real with death row unless you do this. You feel me? Then if you do this, then you gonna really be down. I'm gonna know you really down with death row, with the row. You know what I'm saying? That's just what Jesus said. Y'all, you really want to be down with me? You want to be a true disciple? You gonna do it like this? Then you gonna do it like that? You know what I'm saying? Your neighbor slap you, you gonna give him the other cheek and say, "Hit me on this one." If you really be a real disciple, if you're gonna really be pure, you feel me? If you're gonna really be pure and not have no sin on you, that's what he was saying. Not be carrying around nothing bad. If you really gonna be like that and really be down for the pure message and be in his clique, then you gonna do shit like that. That's like with Pac. You might come to the show, right? And be down. You might be a girl and get backstage and have sex and all that, but when they leave town, you're not going with them unless you really down. You might even rap on stage with them. But if you gonna leave the show and go back to your wife and kids, and then when they come in town again, you gonna go hang out with them again. Then they leave town, you go back to your wife and kids or teaching school or your lawyer job, and then they come back in town and you hang with them again. Pac ain't gonna like that. He ain't gonna be like, yeah, this is my homie from every time. He's a teacher, but when I come through, we kick it and we hang out. No, that's not gonna be the case. He gonna be like, you over there, we cool, but I'm not finna take you to Chicago or no Detroit or Houston with me. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to ride. This is the crew riding. These niggas with me will die on the road. If they got a girl back there, they know that this is first. Bitch, I'll see you maybe in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because this is first. And you got to hate your mother and father and all that. You got to say bye to all them if you want to ride with me, just like Jesus said. If you really want to ride, you got to turn your back on everything and get on this road with me like Pac. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Let's spread the keep it real message, So that's what they were saying about that. You can't read the Bible. Help me, Lord. I don't want to say this, but you can't read the Bible and feel like you a disciple, feel like you an apostle, feel like you know Jesus, because you don't. Jesus was personal with the disciples. He told them certain stuff. That's how I knew. God was telling me, this how I knew that there's certain things that didn't come out, that aren't published, that Jesus did and said to his disciples and told the people. There's certain things that slipped out, like God is a spirit. Jesus told his disciples certain things, and he didn't tell the public, the Jews, certain things. That Tupac told his crew certain things that he didn't tell the people on stage that came to the rap concert or the interviews. He told his crew certain things. They was even hanging out. Lord, why do you talk in parables around these people? And Tupac said, well, I'm telling them because they need to hear it like this, but we hang out, and I told you how to keep it real. I'm telling them, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling them parables about being real, So, the oneness in life is the truth, Jesus is not God. He's the Son of God. So that's two things. But the thing that makes them one is that they share in the truth. And that the thing that can make you a part of what they got going on is this oneness, is this truth that you have to share in. You can't absorb into the oneness of God and still be you. That's two. So it's like you have to be you, and God has to be there, and Jesus has to be there. But y'all can share something, and what you can be a part of is the truth. And Jesus came and he brought the truth. He was speaking about the truth. When you see Tupac keeping it real, he's being about the truth. You know what I'm saying? He's keeping it real. Something that other people is in other people. That when someone starts bringing it out, you go, I feel that, because it's real. So the best you can do if you want to be a Christian, or you like Christianity, or you are a preacher, or you think you're a Christian, or you like Jesus, or you think you love Jesus, the best you can do is be a person that Jesus, like he said in the Bible, would like when he comes back. When he said, when I come back, I want to see you faithfully working. I hope you're faithfully working, being as pure as possible, helping the poor, feeding the hungry, healing the sick, helping old people across the street, picking up trash. Jesus' message was no sin. Don't have any dirty thoughts. Don't have any dirty words. Don't have any dirt on you, period. And when you do, ask for forgiveness so it can be washed away, and go out there again and be pure and spread this message of purity. Somebody hit you in the face and say, I'm so pure, hit me in the other side of the face. Seriously. That was his message, was purity. All right. Now, Tupac's message was the keep it real message. Okay, so you read this book about Tupac. He was on blah, 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 Death Row, New York to the LA, whatever. You listen to his music now on the internet. Oh, I read the book. Let me. Oh shit, this is jamming. Keep it real, my nigga. Yeah, we thugging. We gotta keep it real. The government owes us some money. That was his message. Keep it real. Now, say you are going to school and the professor is bullying the class. I do it like this. If you don't make an A on this, if you don't get at least this grade on this last one, you're going to fail the class. And everybody's like, well, damn, that's fucked up, Like, I feel like I'm going to fail because he just popped it out like that and even didn't give us time. He's setting us up. So he says, tomorrow, that'll be it. The test will be tomorrow. So you don't want to take the test, but tomorrow's here, you getting dressed, you're in the shower, and now you walk in the class, and you see your classmates walking after breakfast, and they're like, damn, I don't want to take this shit. And everybody's like, I don't want to take this shit either. And the professor's in the class, and he's like, come on, come take the test, motherfuckers, I got you. But you listen to Tupac, right? And his message influenced you to keep it real, keep it real. And so you feel away, and you're like, I don't want to take this shit either. And it's like, fuck it, I'm not. And it was because of Tupac that influenced you, a part of your heart, to be real, to where you didn't know what was going to happen next, but you had to honor that real feeling in you of being like, I'm not taking this shit. And you turn around and go the other way. And people like, where you going? Be like, shit, I don't know. I'm sick. But I'm gonna make it up. Because I don't want to take it. I ain't ready. I don't feel like it. I'm not going to. I don't know what's next, but I'm going to keep it real right now. So Tupac's message influenced you in your life. You didn't have to be a fucking death row rapper to... You didn't go to the professor and say, fuck you, I'm not taking this class because I'm on death row, nigga. Fuck you. Yeah, death row, nigga. And hit to push him away in his face. Death row, nigga. And walk out. You didn't do that. You feel me? You didn't have to know Tupac. You feel me? You didn't have to walk up there and be like, I know Tupac and he on death row. Fuck you. I'm going to get to take the test tomorrow when I feel like it. No. The best you can do is what you do and walk out, and at the end, Tupac be looking down from heaven and be like, I like that. He kept it real right there. Don't you know if you went out and bought a Death Row necklace and went out to all Snoop's concerts and tried to get his autograph afterwards, and you didn't want to leave your life, but you wanted to support Death Row because you liked Tupac's music that much and you wanted to continue his legacy? Tupac wouldn't like that. You would be like a dick rider, you feel me? Tupac would want you to be real to your family, to your people, to your life, to yourself, to your streets, to keep it real with God and the time you have on earth. He would want you to keep it as real as possible. So if you grew up and was in school trying to be a dentist or whatever, and you came across Pac's music then, he would be like, keep it more real. You feel me? In dentist college, when you about to graduate, you see that girl, this dude's taking her out. You want to take her out, you know. It's some weird tension. Keep it real right there and be like, hey, I really want to go to the beach with you today. You want to go? I don't know. You didn't know how to say it, but you had to keep it real. If Pac seen that, he would be like, good job. He wouldn't be like, that's my boy. I'm claiming him in Death Row. Yeah, I want you as a Death Row rapper next. No. If Jesus saw you be pure, somebody walk by you, I don't like that dude. He thinks he's cool. Spilled their coffee, whoops, my bad. And you was like, it's all good. And you kept walking. Jesus would be like, cool. And you went around the corner the next day, some more shit happened. Next week you gave somebody $20, say, hey, give me this, you bring me back some change, and they kept $5. And then they said, hey man, you mind if I keep $5? I just and that, and you was like, yeah, it's cool. I didn't know you was short on money, and you gave them $5 more. Jesus would be like, cool. He would not come to earth looking for you and being like, hey, you want to be my disciple? Because I like the way you act. We need more disciples like you, man. Come get down with me. Leave everything and follow me. No, man. He would be like, good job. And if you wasn't a Jew, he would still be like, good job, but you ain't a Jew. Whew. He would say, go be good to the Jews. I have a feeling Jesus would say that. If you had money or whatever, if you was trying to be a good person, Jesus would be like, are you helping the Jews? You feel me? Like, are you helping my people? Like Tupac, you know, if you wasn't a rap, if you didn't like rap or didn't listen to no rap, but you came across Tupac's message to keep it real, you heard him in the interview, he inspired you or something, and you kept it real, he was like, how can I keep it real? You know, the more you do what Pac wants, the more he's going to like you. The more you do what Jesus wants, the more he's going to like you if they ever would have come back one day. So go help the Jews. Go help the damn Jews. Help the sick, the poor, all the Jews. Help them. You feel me? You can't go help your people that are not Jewish, the Russians or whatever, help your mama and bring the book of Jesus to them like you bringing some Tupac literature to your family and trying to help them all be more real and keep it more real within their family and on their job. You find the Bible, you read the message of purity and loving and, you know, being sinless and how to do it, and you spread that to your family, and everybody's like, oh, well, we like that message. We want to do that too. And now next week, everybody is that you can't implement being pure unless that's your life. You're not gonna sell everything. You're not gonna be in dentist school, find the Bible, and then the next week, after your whole family's read it and is like, I like this message. Let's be disciples and sell everything and follow Jesus. You can't, because he's not here. You can't sell everything and follow Jesus because he's not here. If he was here, then you could. Just like with Tupac. Tupac says, leave everything. You can't work at Chevron and be on death row. You can't you can't be a school teacher and be on death row. You got to leave everything and then come be on death row. He might not even want you on death row if you the realest cat, period. You feel me? And if you're not black, he's definitely not going to want you on death row. He's death row, just like the disciples, was some shit for his people to be proud of so they could have some type of power and energy to keep going forward in the future. You can't become a disciple of Jesus because he's not here. When you become a disciple, he gives you the Holy Spirit to go heal people, the sick, to go give people limbs that they don't have. Dudes show up with one leg. Well, guess what? If you're a disciple, you're going to give him another leg. Make the blind see. You can walk on water with great faith. You can feed many people with great faith. And this being a disciple will help you build your faith and will give you the power to do things like that, to cast out demons. If you're a disciple, this is what you would do. This Holy Spirit is power that Jesus extended and gave to them. Just like Tupac and Death Row, this is just an example. If somebody gets on Death Row's label, guess what? Tupac is going to give them the money. So when they go out into the world like the disciples, they can fuck hoes right on the spot. Oh, hey, what's up, girl? Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm a disciple. Hey, you sick? You can. Hey, I heard you was a disciple. I'm sick. Can you help me? Yeah, you healed. Bye. I heard you was on death row. Yeah. Hey, well, what's up? I need some rent money. Yeah, you can have it. Come give me some head. Bam, there you go. Bye. You got the money. Like they had the Holy Spirit to do things that was given to them by whoever made them a disciple, whoever brought them in. Right when they got in, the person who was in gave them some shit to help the people in the rap community that was coming to the rap concerts, that's coming out, that's in the rap community. Like Jesus was in the church community, he was in the religious community, visiting the synagogues. He had the power to help the people in that community that came up to him who was sick. Here, let me heal you. I got the money. Bam. Oh, he's a disciple too. I like God showed me this. He's a disciple too. I asked them to cast out the demon from my son, but they couldn't do it. Oh, people of little faith, bring your son here. He cast him out. Oh, well, this one you got to pray and fast to cast out. The Tupac parallel, that ain't shit. I met these hoes. They wouldn't fuck me though. I threw the money at them. They still wouldn't fuck me. Tupac, oh yeah, it's all good. Come here, hoes. Come fuck us all. They fucked us all. You got to be a real nigga. You feel me? For them type of hoes to fuck you. They don't just fuck for money. You feel me? Them. Same shit with the devil thing, with the demon thing. Oh, this is a special demon. You feel me? These hoes was real right here. They fuck real niggas. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't throw them. The Holy Spirit I gave to you, it wasn't gonna be enough. You feel me? The money I gave to you, they wasn't impressed by that. You had to be more real. And the disciples, they wasn't pure enough yet. You feel me? They wasn't pure enough yet. They didn't spend the money like a gangster yet. Here's 5,000. Shut up. Bring your friend too. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's going down over $5,000. 10 minutes later, that he got $1 million over here. This bitch is the most she ever got in her whole life. Getting it, head shots like that. Oh, next, come here, get over here. Oh, you next. That's the real niggerness of being a real nigga, is that. And that money will work on a lot of things, like the Holy Spirit will work on a lot of things, but you had to be very pure to get this type of demon out. You had to be very real to fuck this type of bitch. And that's what God showed me on that. So I'm going to say it again. The best you can do is, if you like Jesus, if you love Jesus, if you like religion, if you like the religious circle, if you listen to rap, you know what I'm saying? If you like Tupac, you know, and you want to know what to do what they said. You feel me? Do what they said do. Jesus said his message was purity. So wake up every day and say, you know, hey, I'm down with this forgiveness shit. This Jesus cat is saying, you know, hey, you know, wash me clean. This spirit he's talking about of being pure, you know, this holy, pure spirit, you know, wash me clean every day to where I don't carry over no bad feelings or be saying nothing negative. Wash it all away to where it's nothing negative in me, you know, and where I do everything purely and it helps me in my life, you know. And I want to do that on the job. I want to do that in my relationship. I want to do that with my kids, you know. I want to do that everywhere with a stranger, you know. I want to be more pure, you know, and if some shit goes down, I want to try to wash it off my shoulders if I can, as fast as possible. And get back to the purpose of love, you know, of loving them. So, you know, if you do that, which is the first and the second commandment that he told his people, you gonna have favor in the eyes of Jesus if he comes back and when he comes back. And if you not a Jew, he's still gonna look at you and be like, you listen to my message, cool. If you are a Jew, he's gonna want more from you. He's gonna want you to help the Jews, more of them. If you start acting more like, oh, I love Jesus, and you not a Jew, and you don't help the Jews, you fake. You're gonna be fake. You bought the fake religion to where, I like this message, let me make it my own thing. No, that was Jesus's message. If he does come back, he's not gonna like you if you took his message and gave it to your people. This message was for his people. You gotta help his people and go find them. And if they like you, they'll bring you in and make you a part of them. You can't just say, hey, I'm Death Row Records, you know what I'm saying? No. If you really like Tupac, then you gotta go find people on death row and try to help them. Yes, and if Tupac gave them anything, then they might be able to give it to you if they, you know what I'm saying, are still alive. That's what I was saying. The only way it can be a disciple now on the planet is if it was a secret disciple, and Jesus made 70 disciples that fell away. They could still be, because like I say, if you down with Death Row, we signed 70 rappers and gave them all $70,000. You know, yeah, we fucked hoes with the Death Row chain on and it was all cool, but we left later on. They still might have some of the money, you know, and they still might be running around this Death Row, even though they ain't reporting back to Pac. The disciples still might be like, yeah, I'm casting out demons, I'm a real disciple, even though they ain't went back to Jesus and been like, oh, but dang, I went to Capernaum, I went over here further down the way, And I didn't get back. When I got back, they had killed him. So I just stayed away. But I'm still a disciple. If somebody who was ever made a disciple, if somebody who was ever made on death row, bring somebody else in, say, I'm really on death row. I can make you on death row too. I'm really a disciple, nigga. Jesus, I can make you, I can give you what they gave me to give you the power to do what I do and make other disciples and bring other niggas on death row. That's the only way, is if this person lived and made somebody a disciple, and they brought somebody in and they made somebody a disciple, and it's like a secret guild of disciples that were made disciples from people who were actually disciples of the original Christ. You could be on death row now, but you got to be down with somebody who was down with Tupac. You see what I'm saying? You can't just read the damn book and be like, well, let me apply all the principles and now I love Jesus. No. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was down for his people, and they happen to be the purest ever, and are going to rule the planet in the end. Tupac was the realest. He was, I'm real, I'm down for my people. If you not, fuck you. It don't matter if you keep the shit real. You got to be down for you got to help what I'm saying and my people. Hey, Jesus looked at that lady and he was like, he ignored her. He ignored her at first. So the best you can do, I'm gonna cut it after this, but you can't be a disciple unless you know a disciple that was made a disciple by one of the disciples that Jesus originally made a disciple. If you don't know nobody like that, you cannot get in the corner of your mind in a room somewhere and say, I'm a disciple, I want to be a disciple, I'm going to do what they did. No, that'll be just like somebody getting in the corner of their room alone somewhere and saying, I want to be on death row, I'm going to act like a death row artist, and I'm going to do it right now. And you go out and you buy death row chains and you talking about this and that, death row. If you can't see that that's fake, then you can't see that saying I'm a disciple and I love Jesus is fake. So that's supposed to show you that that's fake. If Tupac came on the scene today and y'all end up being cool and tight, guess what? He would have respect for you because you will be a part of what he's saying to be. Like, if Jesus came back today and y'all was cool, he would have respect for you and be down with you because you were doing what he agreed with in his message. Even if you was not black, if you was a real motherfucker and kept it real, Tupac would want to hang out with you. But the longer y'all kicked it, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you would have to be real with him and help his fucking black people. If you kicked it with Jesus 1, 2, 3 days, you would have to be real with him and help his Jewish people, because that's all he was doing, was helping Jews. All Pac was doing, black this, black that. So live your life, wake up and live your life. Jesus said it clearly that heaven is a pure heart that can be rewarded in the end after everybody's dead. It can be rewarded with angel wings. He said it, and I forgot what text, but he said, some lady was like, what about the resurrection? And then some dude, he was like, it ain't like that. We all gonna be like angels in the resurrection. I'll find it later, but he said that. So how the angels appeared to people in the Bible, that's how your body's gonna be after the resurrection. It's gonna be a light body, an angel body. So if you keep it pure, you're gonna become like an angel is forever. If you're not good enough or pure enough, then you won't. And so that's what that is. And if you act pure, if you keep pure virtues throughout your life, the more of the more peace and of the virtues you'll have. Tupac's message was keep it real. So if you keep it extra real and ultra real and the most you can in life, then you're gonna get the girls and the money and all this and the fear from dudes and the fame and the respect and all this stuff. You know, so what is a Christian? A Christian is a person in a fake religion, to be short about it. And because Jesus wouldn't be down with nobody calling themselves a Christian now. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. They all Gentiles, big churches. And if you black and you in a big church or a church period, Jesus would look at you like, what are you doing? You bought the fake religion. I don't know you. Why are you talking about me? You know, we never met. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about none of that. Talk about what I was talking about being pure, about keeping it real. Talk about being pure to the people. Tell them to listen to God. Jesus said, obey only God. Tell the people that. Love God with all your heart. Love your neighbor. Tell people that. Stop telling people about me and God and come to church on Sunday and we're doing this next weekend for Easter. No. You got all these white folks that ain't Jews holding me up like that, and I'm not God. That's like if somebody took Tupac's image and was white and they started putting bandanas around their head and doing what Tupac told them to do. But it was all Pac this, Pac that. And they kept it real sometimes, you know, to amongst themselves. But they didn't help the poor. They didn't give money to the blacks. You know what I'm saying? It's all fake. So, you know, if you like these people, if you like Jesus, if you like Tupac, you can't like them because they're not here. If you like their story, if you read Jonah and the Whale or Moby Dick and you like the book, oh, Moby Dick, I like this guy's character in the story. So if you like the story and the characters in the story, and you saying, hey, I want to be on this guy's good side, that's one thing right there, like why you want to be close to him like that. That's whatever. The second thing is if you agree with the message, or if you like if you can use what they're saying, you know, if you can apply it. And Jesus is saying, forgive people, it'll get you far. You know, don't hold hate in your heart. Don't seek revenge, you know. Tupac, he was on some revenge type of shit, some earthly shit, but he had a message of, you know, go with your feeling, you know what I'm saying? Keep it real. Go with that feeling. So you can't kiss these people's ass. They not here. You know, if they did pop up one day, if you were to be doing what was in their message, this would make you gain their favor more. You know, but aside from who they were simply messengers. You could tell now, the more I'm saying, you can tell they were simply messengers. What did they say? What did they say do? What was their message? So if you say you're a Christian, that don't mean shit. It don't. If you like Jesus or if you like his message, Jesus' message, then you have to practice being pure. If you can't want to be more of a Christian because the only true way to love God more is to help the Jews more. So if you support purity, thank you, Jesus, for teaching us this message. I'll be more pure in my life. It'll get me farther and give me a better life. hopefully you see me in the end or remember, you know, this that I took from your message and give me eternal life. You know, hopefully when I die and I wake up, I'll see your face and say, I was watching you, and you'll say it to me, be like, damn, cool, thanks. It worked. I'm in heaven, on the judgment or whatnot. But for you to go around and saying, Jesus is the only way, y'all. Hey, stranger, how you doing? Do you know who Jesus is? Yeah, let me help you out. Have you been to church? Have you gone to church? All that whole spiel is fake. That whole thing is fake. It was all about when Jesus came, it wasn't even about him. He was bringing the people back to being good. He said, y'all, hang in there. You're going to be rewarded, to his people that God was watching. Just like Tupac said, keep your head up. It's going to be some rainy days, but smile. You feel me? We're going to make it in the end. We're all going to get there in the end. That's what the brothers were saying. So, if you listen to the brother like you sitting down and talking to him, go do what he says. If it jives with you, if it makes sense, don't kiss his ass. You feel me? Don't want to hang around Tupac all day. Don't every time you see Pac have a bitch for him to fuck or some weed. You carrying the weed around for a week till you met Pac again to smoke with him. That's cool, but that's kissing ass. You feel me? Don't do that. You really want to make this motherfucker want you to be on death row and make it an honor for you to be on their label. You want Jesus to make it an honor for you to be his disciple. Be an example of what they said. And for Jesus and for the Jews, it's being more loving to your Jewish brother. Loving God, which is a spirit of goodness, loving God with all your heart. First, love your brother like yourself. Second, this is what I want from you, as Jesus said. Do it. Even if you're not a Jew, I'm going to still go, yeah, I wish my people was doing what you did. You're doing right. If you are a Jew, he's going to really like that and be like, yes, we need more brothers like you. If you was black, Tupac, if you helping the community, helping kids, opening schools for, some black history shit, Tupac would be like, if you was black, he'd be like, yeah, brother, we need more brothers like you. If you was white and you was doing all that black history shit, he would be like, that's cool. I appreciate that. That's what's up. You would be out there still. So it's one life to live. You can't be a Christian. You can't be. That's fake religion. That's people acting like Jesus was talking to them and he was not. All right? Acting like Jesus' message is for everyone and it ain't. Okay? Just like Tupac, he was not. Tupac don't care if you white in another country doing good. He ain't gonna be like, yes, at least y'all doing good and eating. No. He ain't gonna be happy unless poor black people in America is having Christmas, Thanksgiving, and their birthday plentiful and happy with their mama and daddy in jail, visiting, or out of jail on a special release, furloughed on their birthday, prisoners, to spend it with their family. Some prison release reform shit. Tupac, if you was down for that, he would be like, that's good. If you was a brother doing all that, he would be like, good, we need more like you, brother. You know what I'm saying? He would want to go eat lunch with you and kick it with you and shit. So, not if you was just fucking had the ice and jewelry and all that. Hey, I want to be on death row because y'all fucking the bitches know we keep it real the most. Jesus gonna be like, get away from me, I never knew you. We cast out many demons in your name. I didn't give you permission. You ain't my disciple. I never talked to you. I never knew you. I never knew you. I never gave you permission to cast nothing out, to heal nothing. I never knew you. Tupac, oh, we've been promoting death row since you've been gone and this and that. I love your music and that, Tupac. Yeah, this and that. I never knew you, bro. I don't know you. Why you all in my face? Did you keep it real with your community? Yeah, all right, well, cool. That's it. These fake religions, that's what makes them fake. Because God had the wisdom from him that he's showing me. It's a big hype and a hoopla. That's all. You can't have Jesus, and they trying to have him for themselves, and he's not. He's for the Jewish people and the brothers. So everybody's living their life and keep living y'all's life, and y'all, all gonna burn in hell and suffer. You feel me? Because the gate is narrow. It straight up is, but you can still have a good life here. You can still have a good life in the Matrix reality if you want to going for that 77. But long story short, and the cut to the skinny, if you walk to the store and you met Jesus, do as he says. If he meets you, he want to find you busy being faithful, being a humble servant to your brother, being a humble servant to the next man, and loving goodness, loving the Spirit of God, loving the goodness spirit with all your heart. If you're not a Jew and he's seeing you doing that, he would be like, have a good day, all right, and walk right by you. If you was a Jew, he would come up to you and be like, surely you're a son of Abraham, be blessed, and he would touch you and give you some fucking power. And you'd be like, hey, I think I knew that dude, and he would walk off. So you can't be a Christian if all you can do is try and be pure and do what Jesus said. If you like Jesus and you like his message of purity and being a nice person, and you like God and you love God, you can't be a Christian. You can just be nice to people and do what he said and forgive them. Just like you can't be on death row. You can't have Tupac. You feel me? If Tupac was for the niggas. He was for the rap world. You feel me? He was for his side. He was for something like Jesus, exactly like Jesus, like that. And even if you like his message, you still can't have him. You feel me? If you want to keep it real in Egypt, you can't take the image of Tupac and tell your people to start keeping it real. He wasn't for y'all. If you want your people to be nice, you can't take the image of the nicest person who ever walked the planet and say, we want to make him ours. He's not yours. And that's what this fake religions are. The Pope, I might get murdered for this shit, but nigga, the Pope is the fake religion. That shit, not a Jew, clearly, not Jewish. It don't matter. It don't matter. You feel me? So he said it out his own mouth. All right, now let's take the Paul story. I was in the KKK. I was killing niggas left and right. I was riding somewhere, Lord help me, because a bunch of people probably ain't got hung. Lord help us. I don't mean to mock. He was riding his KKK horse across town with his white hood on, and the horse stepped on a rock and knocked him over. When he hit his head on the ground, stars went around and he saw a bright light, and it was Tupac. It was Tupac, and he said, I want you to tell all the white people in the KKK to start keeping it real at all costs. And And when you do that, you're gonna get the bitches and the money and the fear from out of cats, and cause you're gonna be more realer. Your heart's gonna be more real. You feel me? Take that to the KKK people, and if the black people ain't gonna keep it real like I told them, then y'all gonna get the bitches and the money, and cause you supported me. Mm-mm. So I have a sneaking suspicion that a lot of that shit is fabricated. A lot of the shit after the fact, because that's the one link right there to creating the fake religion and subduing the people with being nice. Taking the man's good message that was for his people, like Tupac's Keep It Real message was for his people, and using that to get other people to be calm and docile, and then over here using other people to be fighting, be angry. I mean, it's just coming. Somebody's gonna take Tupac's image and his music to motivate some type of fight movement, you know? Just like they use Jesus' image and message to motivate some type of docile, get the payment in the afterlife movement, and not now in this life. You don't get no pleasure. You're gonna get your reward later from serving on your knees. But they was talking about serving your brother, serving your Jewish brother, not no fucking white master. That's what I'm saying. They just wiped over that part. You know, love God with all your heart. He said that for the Jews. If the other people would have loved God with all their heart, that would be them changing gods. Because they worship Pluto and Saturn and shit. They couldn't love God with all their heart. They didn't know what God was. Tupac, y'all need to keep it as real as possible, and then be down with your homies like that. You can't take his image and put it on the Chinese people over here in Eurasia and say, you like Pac, well, do what he said. What did he say? Keep it real as possible and be down with your homies. Well, that's the Eurasian Chinese, the Indians are, okay, well, yeah, let's do it. We down with Pac. Y'all don't know. This motherfucker grew up with Pac over here. But you listen to every Pac record and did listen to all the interviews and form an opinion of who you think Pac is, and you down. Now you say, man, yeah, we really down with Pac over here. We down. This nigga was like, I remember Pac when he was eating Cheerios, watching some cartoons, but y'all, the Paconians, right? Y'all the Paconians? But I don't know. All right. That. So, fake religion is when they take the image of Jesus and they put it to wherever they take his message and apply it wherever. When his message was for his people only. It was for his people only. He said, these niggas is beating you down, but hang in there. Just like Pac was saying, hang in there. This is for us. You ain't gonna tell nobody hang in there to the people beating you down. Why would y'all want to praise Jesus anyway? You feel me? Unless it was out of some envy or something, some jealousy. That's like, why you want to have Tupac image anyway? You know? Like that Rick Ross shit. Why you trying to that? You know what I'm saying? Why be fake? You feel me? So, that's what I'm saying. There are no Christians in the world today. There are no disciples in the world today. There are only Jews that are scattered, that been praying to this one God since the beginning of time, in the beginning of their culture. Different special people come up in their community and say, God picked me to help, and they respect them for that. 200 years later, God picked me. All right, look what you got to say. And because they don't have a king or nothing like that like these other nations do. This is their own little country and little people. 300 years past or 50 years past, God picked me to say this. Oh, well, God picked you now. What you got to say? Well, remember him. He was a carpenter's son, ain't he? And well, God picked him. Yeah, well, what you got to say? You know, this certain people were God's picking people. Now here comes Jesus. Yeah, this and that. Hey, God told me to tell y'all to hang in there. I'm going to come back and we're going to have a kingdom in angel world, and we're gonna be over this world and change it and come back and be living here, and it's gonna be cool. But we gotta keep getting beat down more in this life by these other motherfuckers that ain't gonna make it. Yeah, they get all this shit now, but we gonna get the end, kitty. I'm telling y'all that, and let me help you now to let you know I'm the real one. Here goes some money, you know what I'm saying? Here's Pac, let me know, here's some money, y'all. Ball real quick, ball with me. Let me heal, you know? So it's just Jews scattered right now. And Christianity is the fake religion. If you want to be in heaven, and you want to live forever, you can't, because you have to be a Jew. You have to be a Jew. And you just have to be, man. I mean, unless you was a cat that begged Jesus and you wasn't a Jew. I don't know he walked miles, but he only walked 50 or 100 miles. He got in a boat, went across here, and walked 50. I think one time he walked 50 miles, and the Bible said he had made the long walk journey, and it was just 50 miles. I walked 50 miles, and that's like up and down the coast from one town to another town through 3 other towns. So it's like you could see a certain type of race being concentrated in whatever area he was in. So they were typically all Jews. And the people who weren't, they begged him. They begged him practically for help and for favor and to be with him and to be not left and to be saved, you know. But only the Jewish people kind of really knew what it meant, even what a sin meant, you know, and to be saved, you know, from your sins and to make it into this promised heaven, you know, this heavenly land. And it's come to me, it must be the body goes back to earth and the spirit goes back to its maker. And if you live in the spirit of goodness, the Jesus character will come back at a certain appointed time, and he will save you if you are a Jew, if you are a descendant of Abraham. If you're a descendant of Abraham, in the movie he was saying it a lot, surely he's a descendant of Abraham, ha ha ha. And the Bible, he's like, yo, the lady, will you heal me? He ignored her. Second time, please. He was like, I didn't come here for you. I came here for the Jews. Leave me alone. And third time, begging. She wasn't a Jew. She was begging him. He said, I came here to save my people from their sins because they serve a pure God. The Jews serve a pure God. It don't matter who's saying who's a Jew now. I'm saying the descendants of Abraham, the descendants of Jesus, these are Jews. These are Israelites. And heaven is for the Jews. He didn't say no one else could get into heaven. And I'm not too sure. That seems like a perfect fabrication, that Paul story. But all you gotta do is just imagine the KKK dude falling off his horse and seeing Tupac right there in his face when he wake up, and Tupac saying, take all my albums to the KKK and let them listen to them. And y'all start keeping it real with yourself. And then I'm gonna love you because you do you support my message more than the niggas. No, nigga. I don't believe Jesus would do that. I don't. I don't. I don't. Especially when he ignored that lady like that. Yep. I can see that. I can see it. And then you can see it even more. You can see it even more with the Roman Catholic Church. How they got the money in the name of spirituality all over again. And it's not Jews. So if you want to be cool with Christ, all right, you don't want to go to if everything Jesus ever said, and he said a lot about the Old Testament, he said a lot about the prophecies, and I'm fulfilling the prophecies in the book of Moses. And Moses said, did you read what Isaiah said? He said that a lot. He said scriptures a lot about the Old Testament. So Jesus is the Bible, okay? He's everything that the Bible is talking about is him. If you want to be on his good side, all you got to do is be what he was talking about doing. Do what he said do. Even if you're not a Jew, if you are a Jew or not, all you got to do is love goodness and treat strangers like they yourself. If you're not a Jew, then you have to try and become a Jew or beg for a favor or something to become a Jew, because the Jews are the only ones that's going to make it. That's for the kingdom. So right now, that's where I'm at. And just like with Tupac, if you like Tupac and everything he's saying about the bitches and the money and the diamonds and shoot them up and, you know, keep it real and this and that, then you could start keeping it real. You can start keeping it real, and, you know, within your community and giving back. But if you're not black, all he's gonna do is this. Yeah, he's keeping it real. I wish our people would do that. If Jesus seen the Romans Catholic Church loving each other and being kind and helping each other out and passing by Jews who was hungry and sick, Jesus would not be like, see, they doing what I said. No, nigga. Jesus would be like, see, they foul. Y'all ain't helping my people. Help them. Why y'all doing this shit anyway? This is some Jewish tradition, Pharisee shit, this religion God shit. Fake. He would hate on them. So I say no. I say Jesus did not come to no dude and no vision telling him to be good to the niggas and be down with the niggas, and so the niggas' message could cross over to the white folks. Hell no. I don't buy that one. I don't buy that one. I don't. I don't buy that one. I don't buy it. I think Jesus was real. I think he was real. And he was down with his homies to the death. And he wasn't like, whoever do what I say, I'm going to be on their side. No. I don't think if you have a slave running for freedom and some white folks bring him in and they say, yo, you can live here and stay with us, but you got to say, fuck your family. You can't go back and try to bring nobody else to freedom. I don't think Jesus would be like, well, all right, cool, as long as you keep me safe. He would be like, nigga, thank you for your help, but I'm real. I'm going to go back and help my family. Can I help bring them back here? Them, you going to help them too? I don't know if I got that much room. But bitch, no, you just trying to kiss my ass and say, fuck them. So if you doing what Jesus said as Paul and all this shit, you kissing ass trying to get him to help y'all. That's it. And I don't buy it. And I don't think my Jesus will go for that. And I'm not gonna say that shit. if you keep it real, if you listen to what Jesus said and he kept it real, he said, this is for my people because y'all been fucking us a long ass time and ain't no way I'm finna jump ship in the end.